Okay, this is going to be a video on how to clean up, polish up, and restore tuning capacitors on early 20s radios. This is one that I finished cleaning. I had some people suggest do it in ultrasonic. You can do that, but it won't brighten up the brass. It's a first step, and it's probably good enough for most folks since they don't look inside the radio anyway. This is what it looks like before being cleaned. This is after. You can see the difference in the brass, especially. So, of course, the first thing we're going to do is remove it completely from the radio. These types are easy because the bus bar wiring is basically screwed into place, so rarely do you have to do any soldering on a radio this early. If it was 1925 or 6, you'd be doing quite a bit of unsoldering. This regular tuning capacitor, single part, has been restored. Now, since I've had many requests as to how you do that, we'll move to the second, more complex tuning dial, that tuning capacitor that's in two parts. The center part here, just like the main part of any type of air capacitor, tuning capacitor, this one has the added feature of a trimmer on the back. Now, I've been told that the purpose of this trimmer is it brings that dial in alignment with this dial, so when they're both at about the same setting, you'll pick up the station, making it more convenient to relocate a station once you found it. That problem was solved later with super heterodyne circuitry, but was still not fully resolved at this point. Now, we're going to show you how to take this out of the case. I've already removed these two right here. These are the wires on the back. Luckily on this one, no soldering, just the two nuts here. Remove this, and you're good to go. Now, when removing the dials here, there's a precaution. This is a typical dial with a set screw, so we know how to remove it. This one in the center, there is no set screw. So there's a tendency to try different things to get that out of there when you can wind up damaging it. When it's really quite simple, turn it fully to the left, hold on here, and continue to turn, and it will unthread. Now, this one unthreads from the back of the tuning capacitor. Some will unthread from right here at the front. Just know that it can vary, and it might be different on two capacitors on the same unit.
Yeah.
Now, finish removing the capacitor by removing these three slotted screws on the front of the cabinet. This will also give you the opportunity to thoroughly clean the bakelite as you go through if you're going to completely restore the set. So just remove these three screws.
Go ahead.
Okay, the three screws from the front panel we're going to put here to keep them separate. We'll know where these screws go simply by the count. There's probably no other group of just three. But in this case, there may be. So we want to keep the parts well organized as we take this apart. There are going to be many parts, so take lots of pictures before you do this. And notice that the plates have clear, even separation between them in both the trimmer and the main part. These little pieces right here, these little springs, set that spacing. So make sure that you note where these are and put them back in the proper position. Reassembling this correctly makes all the difference in the world in terms of whether or not it's going to work. Now, I hope you took good pictures before you disassemble, because it's not even completely done yet, but these are the parts removed so far. So if you're not particularly good mechanically or at being able to reassemble things you take apart, this might not be the project for you. When cleaning the bakelite parts of the tuning capacitor, you'll notice a stain or residue on them. It's hard to identify what it is. Since this was inside the radio, almost certainly this is the curse of all of these 100-year-old radios. Everybody smoked like a chimney. So this will be mostly nicotine and tar that you're getting off there. But use a polish just like you would on Bakelite to clean these up. As you can see on the cloth here, this yellowish brown material, nicotine and tar, most likely from cigarette smoke. I believe you can see a little difference here in the before and after. See, the material now is black once again and shiny, where the gray other one is covered still with cigarette residue. Okay, this is a progress update showing what I've cleaned on the main part of this two-part tuning capacitor so far. Now, that's the main portion. The trimmer section is next. But first, I have to polish all of these little tiny individual brass pieces by hand. So I'll have sore fingers by this afternoon. Okay, now here's the finished product. Now I have reassembled the unit completely. And of course, it's functioning well. So, hope this helps. But now, the next thing I'm going to do is where I removed it from the panel. That area is now available for cleaning. So I'll clean up the front of the panel, the back of the panel, and the areas that'll be hard to get to with this reinstalled. So while I've got it out, I'll do those steps. Good luck. Thanks for watching.